ANC News. My name is Christian Macias and my partner is Laura Olivas. Today we're going to talk about Afghanistan.
Since the terrorist attacks from September 11, 2001, Afghanistan and the United States have been on war.
This is what the fog of war looks like in Afghanistan. Just miles northwest of Kandahar city, a local policeman has been gravely wounded by a roadside bomb. Sergeant Brian Eichelberg's first task is to get the patient safely on board the medevac helicopter. Every movement counts as they race away. The basics of emergency medicine take over. But Eichelberg must make a critical decision: to fly his patient to an American or an Afghan hospital. It's contentious, but he tells the crew to head to a U.S. base. Performing procedures that in peacetime would only be allowed by certified medical doctors, and with the extra pair of hands lent by his flight mechanic, Eichelberg and his team help the unconscious man hang on. Waiting on the ground are perhaps the world's most experienced team of combat surgeons.
Sorry, we changed destinations.
They waste no time in beginning the next stage of care, oblivious to the man's race, nationality, or religion.
This patient would have died before reaching us if not for that medevac team, for their quick response to the scene and their quick evacuation to us, as well for the interventions that they did in flight, like putting a breathing tube down for him and putting that tourniquet on him.
2 pelvic fractures, a punctured lung, a missing leg, enormous blood loss. Doctors say this man would most likely have died even if he'd been treated at the best hospitals back in North America. Because the patient was a member of the Afghan security forces and because of his horrific injuries, the Americans agreed to take care of him here at Kandahar Airfield, where he was given first-class treatment. It paid off and he survived, but most of his compatriots aren't as lucky. They're sent to an Afghan military hospital about 10 miles from here. Within hours, we saw what a difference that can make. Another mission, once again, an Afghan paying the price for wearing the uniform of his country's security forces. This patient has taken shrapnel to his eyes and risks going blind, a condition that would send any American, British, or Canadian GI immediately to the Kandahar Airfield Hospital. But because this Afghan is expected to live, he is ordered to the care of Afghan doctors. Touching down at the hospital known as Camp Hero, it's a far more relaxed scene. Nearly 10 minutes pass before any Afghans arrive. Eichelberg continues to do the heavy lifting, but the frustration mounts.
We'll show up. There won't be an ambulance waiting for us when we arrive on the HLZ. I don't know if it's because of lack of communication or why it happens, but we'll get here with no ambulance waiting. It kind of sucks sometimes knowing that, hey, maybe we could be giving them better care, but sometimes, we got to let the Afghans take care of the Afghans. That's the only way things will move on in this country.
The ethics of it all nags the men and women of the 82nd Airborne's Combat Aviation Wing.
The vitals have been good. We've had 25 micrograms of fentanyl.
But policy decisions are far above their pay grade, as the ranks are ordered to hand over responsibility to the struggling Afghan medical system, whether it's ready or not. For this soldier, there is no time to dwell.
Urgent patient up in Kandahar PRT. Looks like it's a local national. I don't know what happened yet. We'll get it over the radio.
Clayton Swisher, Al Jazeera, Kandahar Airfield, Afghanistan.
Now we go with Christian to know more about this
Afghanistan runs in
country.
a presidential government with Ashraf Ghani as the president. The allies are Turkey, Japan, Germany, India, China, Canada, Russia, and United Arab Emirates. Afghanistan has volatile the economic growth, but also achieved. There has been some improvements in such areas as health and education, but the economy's freedom has a lack of sufficient comparable data. This is based on the limited information available from the government. Even though the human development is improving, they still have problems in the US, and they don't have peace on schools and public spaces. The major exports of Afghanistan are fruits, nuts, Afghan rugs, cotton, and hides. Now with Laura for more
The
information.
religion of Afghanistan is Islam. This is practiced by 99% of the citizens in Afghanistan. They have an Islam holy book and talks about the word of God. Afghanistan's most important physical feature is the Hindu Kush because it covers most of Afghanistan. They use the Kabul River for water and the drainage. The river runs into the Indus River. The weather there is arid to semi-arid, which means it's mostly hot and humid. The resources of Afghanistan has the gems, gold, copper, coal, but now there is little. And now the driving question of the day. Why are Muslims misunderstood by non-Muslims
The
in
biggest
Afghanistan?
misconception is because they wear the same clothes, which is the veil, and in their beliefs they force women to stay home. Thanks for watching. This was LNC News.